The scene before you is one of violence, chaos, contempt, rage, and hatred. Blood. Gallons upon gallons, buckets of it, pouring from the wounds delivered to one John O. of John O. cereal. Above his very disturbingly destroyed corpse stands one John of Johns. You thought you were gonna sponsor my podcast? Nobody sponsors my podcast. Nobody sponsors my podcast. Nobody. John pulls out his cell phone. On it, 3 phone numbers in his contacts list are strewn about the screen. One is the main branch of John's. The other, the sub-branch of John's. And a third, former Vice President Dick Cheney. He dials the number of former Vice President Dick Cheney, reporting the deed that has been done. Yo, what? It's Dick. What? It's John. Ah, shit. You didn't die? John's never gonna die. Alright, fuck. I'm assuming you killed him then? Yeah. John's growl reverberated throughout the entirety of the surrounding area. The entirety of downtown Detroit, which was where John O based his operations, shook with his rage. All right, calm down. All right, you got what you needed there. You need the next thing? Yeah, I need the next thing. Tell me where they're at. All right. The cast of insert title here are located at... Welcome to Insert Title Here, a podcast where we do things with our mouths. I'm Satohara. I'm doing a thing with my mouth. It's called talking and breathing. I just remembered my goddamn AC is on. Devon, your turn.
Hi, I'm Devon VO. I also do things with my mouth that include, but not limited to, voice acting, sometimes singing, complaining about most of the things I can't stand, and cunnilingus.
Ooh, I like that last one.
Hi, I'm Technical Cake Mix, also known as Adam, and with my mouth, I typically talk about video games and movies and videos. I don't breathe out of it though, because that's fucking gross, and I'm not a Neanderthal. On the topic of cunnilingus, well, that's quite good. Have you boys tried analingus? That's a good one too.
Yeah, so unironically, no kayfabe, like the most truthful thing I've ever spoken on the podcast that has absolutely no fucking like clowning or shit posting behind it whatsoever. Analingus is my favorite thing to perform. I could lick an asshole for all of the rest of my life nonstop and be satisfied for the rest of my life.
We didn't even make it 30 seconds into the podcast where we talked about eating ass. That's new record. Yeah. New record.
This is since it's called Insert Title Here, can we just recall it like the Eating Ass Podcast?
No, because
it
needs to be
ITH.
ITH.
It needs to be ITH.
True.
Inside
insert
that
Insert tongue here!
Insert tongue here! Welcome to Insert Tongue Here, the first episode of the All Anglingus podcast, starring Satohara, Devon VO,
I'm not a part of this one.
Technical Cake Mix.
No.
I'm your host, Satohara. No. I've eaten 1,439,800 asses. How many have you eaten, Adam?
I have eaten 1 billion asses! And I'd do it again.
How many have you eaten, Devon VO? Twitch.tv/Devon VO.
As you know, the slogan for our podcast is live fast, eat ass. But I'm not at liberty to discuss the number of asses I've eaten.
Have you signed a multitude of non-disclosure agreements with said asses?
I can say the number of asses I've eaten is over 9,000!
Okay, real talk. Why is the American Dragon Ball Z soundtrack fucking a slapperino? And why is it controversial to admit that a lot of those tracks are good, even though, like, you know, I can also accept the fact that replacing the original Japanese music probably wasn't a great idea.
Okay. So, Okay, I actually know a lot about this. So when it comes to the tracks, a lot of people like the original Japanese audio because the intent of the creator to go along with those scenes, it's like it's there. The Japanese audience has a more like the creators are like work together more than they did with the American audiences and the American creators. So it's like the scenes there and the music for those scenes work together. But like with the American soundtrack, it's just like, oh yeah, let's fucking like add all these really cool music, all this cool soundtracks, these fight scenes, and just make it like really epic sounding, and taking away a lot of the nuance that's in the Japanese versions. Like they don't have like the what's that song when Gohan goes Super Saiyan 2 for the first time?
I forgot the name of it, but I know
Day
what
of
you're
Fate.
talking about.
The Day of Fate. Like the Day of Fate's like an extremely good track in like the Japanese version of Dragon Ball. It's very good. It's poignant. It shows that Gohan is transitioning from a child into this, and he's no longer a child. Like his innocence is gone. Like the second that Android 16 was murdered right in front of his face, an innocent soul was murdered right in front of him for the umpteenth fucking time. He couldn't take it anymore, and it's like, and he could have stopped it too, and he knows he could have stopped it. And then when it happened, he's just like, he didn't deserve to die. He didn't want to do this. Like this is not fair. And then like that music kicks in, and like you see the bird flying, and like the background changes, and Gohan just goes all out, and it's just like that scene with the music is absolutely fantastic. And it sticks out in my mind as a great scene. I could not fucking tell you the music in that scene in the American version because I just don't remember it. It's not as iconic.
I will straight up admit that the music in that scene in the American version is some of the most obnoxious, annoying shit that it possibly could have been at that point. So I don't want anybody listening to confuse my my love of the American soundtrack with me saying that the Japanese version isn't as good or like one's better than the other. I love them both. I think they're both great. I understand the argument that the American soundtrack doesn't fit in a lot of areas and lacks the intent, which we'll get to in a sec, because I like to talk about the whole Falconer drama and shit whenever we talk about this kind of shit. But there's just some tracks on there that just like really fucking hit. You know, like one I was fucking doing the little diddle for it earlier. The fucking
with Vegeta goes Super Saiyan, or the Final Flash.
Yeah, it's so good, dude.
It's a fantastic scene, and the music works there too. Also, Cell's theme. The
yeah,
like that was fucking perfect for Cell.
When the Falconer tracks aren't doing that weird stupid shit that it delves into sometimes during a like when it's not doing that shit, it's really good, but it does delve into that fucking stupid shit way too much.
Yeah,
no,
it does.
For the effort. So why would they for the effort of like making new music? Wouldn't that be significantly more costly than just licensing the Japanese OST?
I think it was.
The licensing the OST for Funimation at the time actually did cost way more money. But that wasn't the main thing. The main thing was they wanted to be able to sell the soundtrack and be able to make money off of the soundtrack as well.
And it is more of a like an Americanization sort of thing too, because. I mean, back in like what 90? When did DBZ hit the Americas? Like
I remember watching it like the early 2000s when I was a kid.
Yeah,
the Ocean dub initially was 98ish. Whenever that stuff started hitting the States, it didn't pick off initially until it started rebroadcasting on Toonami, and then after a couple of the seasons, that's when the Funimation dub kicked in, because Ocean was a unionized group. And when Funimation got the rights to it, they didn't rehire those guys because they were unionized, and people like Schemmel and Sabat and stuff weren't unionized at that time. They were like brand new faces and stuff that were just hired off for that. And then that was also another reason why let's redo the soundtrack too. Let's just remake everything.
And it's not that like the songs in the remade soundtrack are bad or anything. Like it's absolutely definitely not what we're saying. No, some of them are shit. Like hands down, some of them are shit. But like. They're not terrible, but okay, so correct me if I'm wrong, did Falconer also do the soundtrack for the Dragon Ball Z Budokai games as well?
I don't believe so. Maybe some tracks were like localized on there. But...
I know that there was a big deal with Budokai 1 and 2 because some of the music in those games was plagiarized. There were songs in those games that were plagiarized.
I'm pretty sure that was the Japanese dude.
Was it the Japanese dude?
Isn't that one of them that's like stupid rare now because of that? They got recalled or whatever.
Yeah, a bunch of games like from like Budokai to Ultimate Tenkaichi who were composed by the same dude. I forget his name. Let me look it up real quick. They were all found to have like numerous instances of plagiarization stuff. When we played Ultimate Tenkaichi that one time, remember there was that ARP that was playing in the background. Like that's just straight up the Zeta Plus fucking preset called Satis ARP that's just played on C3 and it's just left on loop.
Yeah,
I remember like seeing it at like a game store, and I was like, "Why the hell is this Dragon Ball game like $150?" And so like, yeah, it basically got recalled because the dude stole shitloads of music, and like you just can't buy that.
Yeah, Kenji Yamamoto.
That's right. Yeah, okay. I was getting Falconer and Kenji mixed up for some reason, but
Falconer has his own can of worms. Falconer is the sole credit on the American soundtrack when he is not the sole composer. A lot of his interns and the people who worked in his music studio composed a lot of that music, and because of the way his contracts worked with them, he was able to strip them of the rights to be credited for that.
Which super shitty.
It makes the whole, the reason Funimation stopped using Falconer's music is because there was a dispute between Funimation and Falconer over who had the rights to distribute the soundtracks and shit. That this nasty legal dispute that eventually they were just like, all right, fuck it. We're done with this shit. And that's when they started using, some other composer's track who's eventually, I think, worked on the GT English version.
Oh, God.
That had the worst fucking soundtrack of
Oh,
all time.
God.
So
Step into the Grand Tour. Fuck.
So what I'm getting is that Falconer is a cunt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wee bit.
Okay, fair
Wee bit of a cunt.
Yeah.
Just a wee bit of a cunt. He sounds like a massive cunt to me.
Yeah, I forget all of the people who worked on the music, but some of them had YouTube channels where they talked about it. Some of them still compose music to this day, and then some of them have had actual legal battles with Falconer after coming out about the kind of stuff. There's a lot of like crazy shit that's happened, and that's actually something I'd like to do a deep dive into later on if we ever do like a insert title here investigates Bruce Falconer being a giant fucking cunt.
I should rewatch Dragon Ball Z. I haven't watched Dragon Ball Z through since I was like, God, like 12 or 13.
Me and Ale, when we first started dating, we started to rewatch some Dragon Ball stuff. Like we sat through the Dragon Ball movie. I think it was like the oh God, was it Path of Power or something like that? Basically the movie that recaps like the key points of Dragon Ball. Which is pretty solid. It's a pretty solid film. I mean, there's no beating classic, actual Dragon Ball. And then we started watching most of Dragon Ball Z, and I think we got up to the Frieza saga, which in and of itself is so, gosh.
Okay, so I'm still on the page before too much. But I'm still on the page for Yamamoto. When you guys are done with that, there's a whole bunch of shit I want to talk about.
We'll go over that. We'll go over that next. This is like the Dragon Ball Z episode. Finally, I've been waiting for this one.
Yeah, I love Dragon Ball, dude.
Oh, dude, so it's fucking same.
I think for me, the thing that got me hooked when I was a kid was, I think when I started tuning into it when the Toonami block was on Cartoon Network, it was around the start of the Frieza saga. And like, I watched that whole thing through all the way up till Trunks appearing. I used to, at school, it was on after Beyblade. To give you kind of idea of the time frame. Oh God, Beyblade, that had a banging theme song. I don't know how anyone says. It's Beyblade!
Yeah, I fucking love
love
Beyblade's theme, yeah.
No, not only the way I fucking am. By the way, I realize in that theme song explains a lot about my music taste.
I actually, okay, I want to go stray too far for Dragon Ball. I want to get back to Dragon Ball eventually, but like, I actually owned Beyblades as a kid. Me and my brother would play with our Beyblades. It was fun.
So many Beyblades.
Yeah, my grandma, when my grandma and grandpa visited one year, like I just saw the Beyblades and like just on the shelves, and I just saw my friends like play with them and stuff. I didn't watch the anime except for like an episode, and I was like, all right, that sucks, but the tops are still cool.
Yeah.
And like my grandma's like, do you really want this? I was like, yeah. And so she got me the fucking remote controlled one.
Yo.
Nice.
Yeah. I was like, what? And she was
That's
like,
the
yeah.
bougie
I was like,
one.
I thought you were just gonna get me just the. She's like, no, it's Christmas. I was like, oh my fucking God. And I was just like, I would fucking remote control and like move the Beyblade around. I was like, this is so fucking cool. This is so cool. I had so much fun that fucking Christmas. Thank you, Grandma.
I bet you wumped everyone in the Bey battle.
Dude, everybody fucking lost. They were like, I want the remote controlled one too. And there's like, we can't get it. It's $35.
Remember when
like,
$35 was a lot as a kid.
I had a lot of Beyblades as a kid, but I'm realizing in the UK they used to retail them for $5.99, which is
they were cheap.
like, less than $10. Like,
Yeah.
I think my brother still probably has my Beyblade. Like my favorite one is Metal Draciel. Because it was
I
a
had
turtle made out of steel. Like, that's fucking dope.
yeah, I had Dronzer and Dragoon. Those are I had the two main ones. Those are the two I had.
Those are the two I had.
Yeah, I think I kept Dragoon because I like Dragoon more than Dronzer, and JJ used Dronzer, which is my brother.
Yeah, fucking Dragoon, fucking so I had Dronzer and Dragoon as well as my original normal tops, and then whenever my grandma got me the remote controlled one, fucking she got me the Dragoon remote controller. I was like, yeah,
ooh, that's
sick. But anyway, back to Dragon Ball though. It's
like Frieza is a great fucking villain.
Oh yeah, Frieza's okay.
Frieza's
I love
evil.
Okay, so the thing I love most about Frieza is that if you look at Akira Toriyama's interviews, he talked about how he made Frieza to represent a lot of like loan sharks and like those kinds of people in the Japanese market at that time. Like they were taking properties and stuff like that, and that's what he based Frieza off of, which I personally think is really fucking cool. To make a villain based off of something like that, that's really neat. And then like just the aura that Frieza like emanates as a character on the page. You can look at him. You just take one look at Frieza, you know that motherfucker is evil. Like it's just like you can't not see him and be like, oh yeah, no, that's definitely a bad guy. He will fucking murder you and not think twice about it.
It's the smirk. It's the constant smirk, isn't it?
Yeah. It's just everything about him, just the way he presents himself. Like I know I talk a lot about Dragon Ball Z Abridged, but like there is a specific line in Dragon Ball Z Abridged where like Frieza or no, it's Vegeta's talking with Gohan and Krillin. He's like, do you have any idea what you've just done? When Frieza gets here, he's going to, and he just stutters like, oh no, by all means, give me some ideas. And I was just like,
oh, that's so perfect for Frieza, isn't it?
It's a good fucking line. I'm just like, even in a joke series, like that's just shows like how much not only Team 4-Star understands Frieza, but like also how much of a villain Frieza can be and like do like a coy line like that and still come off as fucking intimidating. Like fucking Frieza's like one of my favorite villain characters of all time. Like if there was like a list of like villains, like Frieza's at the fucking top. And I am so glad he's actually alive again in Dragon Ball. Like I don't care how like the bullshit like they had to do to like come around and like get him to come back to life in Dragon Ball. I don't fucking care. I'm fucking glad he's back. Like I fucking love Frieza.
Yeah. I pretty much agree with you everything on there. A couple of points you guys made that I wanted to touch on because I had a couple of related stories. Weird theme songs in anime. The one that always fucking sticks out in my head from a kid was the one on goddamn Disney XD, Shinzo, where it's literally like, whoa, whoa, and the only lyrics are, we're going to Shinzo, besides the whoa part.
What the fuck was the anime even about?
So I actually remember all of this fucking anime, and it's insane. Okay, so it's in a post-apocalyptic Earth that's like fucking thousands of years in the future after a sentient race of aliens has come and colonized the planet after humanity has pretty much wiped itself out and fucked itself over and fucked over the planet. And all these various species have like kind of crossbred with the remnants of humanity, and they're called like hyper-terrans or some shit like that. And like this one of the last humans alive like wakes up from the stasis and has to find her way to this thing called fucking Shinzo. But then the main character dude, whose name I forget, but he absorbed cards in his nipples, and that's how he transformed. Cards go into these slots that open up on his nipples, and then he transforms with those nipple slots. And he uses the cards that he absorbs through his nipples to transform, and none of that is me making that up. That's all actual, like, go look it up. But like as they go along, they come to find out that the nipple card guy is actually the reincarnation of these ancient fucking god beings that fucking like betrayed them to try to save all of the mortals and shit. And as he remembers everything goes on, it literally ends with him fucking like actually trying to fucking kill these fucking gods and shit just to fucking defend the people. And I'm like, wow, this fucking TV series that I watched to make fun of with my sister purely because the fucking theme song is one of the most embarrassing things I've ever heard got a little crazy and maybe taught me that killing gods kind of cool. That's what Shinzo's about.
That's fucking weird.
You know, here's one for you guys. Who actually is the best villain of all time? I've got a few I can think of the top of my head. Of all time. Of all fucking time. Of all media. Who is the best villain of all time?
Ooh. Okay.
I've got a couple I can think of the top of my head.
All right. That's a good question because there are so many good villains. Oh God.
Like their motives have to be, you know, to be a really good villain, the motives have to always be a little bit, you know, right almost. Like I'm thinking like the one that's coming to my mind right now is Anton, you know, the killer from No Country for Old Men.
Yeah, that's a good villain.
Yeah.
I don't really have much to contribute on this topic of conversation because I cannot pick between any of the villains. A good villain to me is someone who makes me want to really punch the fuck out of them whenever they're up on screen.
Yeah.
And the person I want to punch the fuck out of the most is goddamn Kevin, and he's not on screen.
I thought you were gonna say Griffith, but yeah, we'll go with Kevin. Is he still fucking around at 7-Eleven?
Yeah, Kevin's a piece of shit.
Yeah, man.
I hate Kevin.
I can't believe he took Devon's job from 7-Eleven.
Why do you guys keep doing this to me?
He didn't take Devon's job from 7-Eleven. Devon's never worked at the 7-Eleven. Devon likes to go to the 7-Eleven to pick up 7-Eleven special fucking baked goods. But Kevin refuses to fucking put any of the baked goods in the fucking display at 7-Eleven. If Kevin won't put the baked goods in the 7-Eleven baked goods store at 7-Eleven, then Devon can't go into 7-Eleven and get Kevin's fucking 7-Eleven baked goods. Damn.
Dick.
Can we just go back to like just weird theme
But yeah,
songs?
second point that I wanted to get to because I can't think of a villain thing, and if you guys want to keep that conversation up, go ahead in a second. But I still have to finish this thought. You were talking about the first time you saw Dragon Ball and what sucked you into it. I was fucking sick at home with the first fever I ever had going to school in kindergarten. Sick as a dog, just like with the flu, laying on the floor with, you know, like my mom's doing stuff around the house and you lay on the floor and there's the TV and you're just like, whatever. And it's the fucking episode where Yajirobe cuts off Vegeta's tail. It's the first episode of any Dragon Ball I've ever watched ever. The only other anime I've seen up to this point is Sailor Moon, and she's awesome. I love Sailor Moon, so I'm like, this looks like Sailor Moon. What's this fat guy doing? And he cuts off the giant monkey's tail, and then the guy who I'd come to find out is Goku, who I immediately latch onto is like, that's me. Fucking does some other shit, and I'm like,
basic.
whatever this is, I like it. And then Tom goes, we'll be back with more Dragon Ball Z in a moment. And I was like, this show's called Dragon Ball Z, and it will forever remain a part of my life until the day I die. And it has.
It really has.
So many people I know call it Dragon Ball Z because, of course, you know, proper English calls it Z, not Z. But then everyone hears it pronounced as Dragon Ball Z, so everyone's like, what do we call it? It was so funny.
I'd say call it whatever.
Yeah, I mean, you can call it whatever the hell you want. No one really gives a shit. Okay.
Because the Japanese pronounce it Zeto.
That's true.
No, actually, that one might be Z. Let me check it. Let me not just put that out there.
I love how the Power Rangers villain, the way they fucked over the Western audience, feel like, fuck it, we're ending the argument. They called him Lord Zed, but they spelt it Z-E-D-D.
Yeah,
Or
Dragon Ball
Z-E-D-D for
Zeto.
American. So it's Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, it's more appropriate to call it Z than Z. You're vindicated,
Well,
Adam.
looky here.
On the
I'm
insert title
fucking
here
vindicated.
podcast, Adam was vindicated.
Bro, you can almost forgive the sins of the British.
Almost.
Almost.
Almost. Not yet, buddy.
Oh my god, I made someone laugh at work today because, like, it was fucking freezing here today. And I get in and they're like, how is it out there? I looked at them dead in the eye and went, it's colder than Margaret Thatcher's soul. And they just burst into laughter. So I don't think they realized how British I actually am.
Jesus. Actually, I didn't really talk about how I got into Dragon Ball. Now I think about it.
Yeah, go for it. I still got the Yamamoto page open too. When we're ready to go back to
absolutely.
that. So feel free.
Absolutely. So I got into Dragon Ball with my cousins. My cousins had more stuff than I did because they were more well off, I guess, financially than my family was. So every now and again, they'd come over and we would watch like whatever cable was on at my grandparents' place, and they told me about Dragon Ball Z, and I'm just like, I don't know what that is. What is that? And we're just like, well, here, let's watch it together. And they turned it on, and the first episode I remember seeing was the episode where Gohan saves Dende from getting killed by I think Zarbon Dodoria. And that was the first time I've ever watched Dragon Ball, and I really liked watching it. I was like, yo, this is really cool, and I really like this. And then we just kept watching it. They'd come over every now and again, and I remember bits and pieces of the Ginyu Force being a big deal, but that's not what really sold me on Dragon Ball, because I only ever got to watch it occasionally. I never really got to watch it in like succinct, like episode after episode after episode, because, you know, it was very rare that I get to sit down and just watch it. Because again, I didn't have cable, Didn't always go to my grandparents when it was airing. I didn't watch Toonami all the time. So what really got me into Dragon Ball was this right here. Dragon Ball Z.
Game.
Dragon Ball Z Legacy of Goku 2. This was the first Game Boy Advance game I had ever played. I played it like almost religiously. I would take it, and I'd play it at night at my grandparents' place. I'd play it at my house. I'd play it all the time. I genuinely enjoyed just playing this game, and it's how I have most of my knowledge of Trunks. Everything that happened in the Frieza saga for the beginning of the Android saga, all the way up to the ending of the Cell saga. So that's where most of my knowledge comes from. And then in high school, I read all the manga because I went to the library all the time, so I just check out copies of Dragon Ball, and I read the entirety of the Dragon Ball manga throughout high school, and I think I finished it off like sometime, I want to say like the end of my sophomore year, because I was just reading off and on, and I really enjoyed it, and getting to experience Dragon Ball through the manga opposed to reading watching Dragon Ball, I think is a different experience, because you get like none of the filler, and all the voices that you hear in it like are the voices that you come up with instead of what you heard on TV, and it's just and you get to experience it at your own pace as well, and I think that's kind of just my argument for why I think people should try to read the manga for Dragon Ball, because it's just really good. It's a good manga.
Yeah,
So
dude. Legado de Goku is a fucking great game.
It's good.
Anyhow,
Yeah.
before we start going on the topic of manga, because if I talk about my favorite manga, I'll make Xander cry. Xander, talk about the piece of shit composer.
So Kenji Yamamoto, he originally fucking started with the Dragon Ball video games, but he started working on Dragon Ball Kai. So he was actually starting to make some of the anime, and it was at episode 95 that was up to that he fucking composed for. Here's his known instances of plagiarism from the anime. Battle Point Unlimited plagiarizes various songs from A Secret Wish by Propaganda. More mind-bending to me, specifically, is the Giri Giri Sekai Kyokugen, is fucking a plagiarism of Immigrant Song by Led Zeppelin.
I'm sorry.
Did he get away with it? Did he get away with it because he was Japanese or something? Because Led Zeppelin is huge in Japan.
Yeah. So then,
Yeah.
Ishin Itai is the fucking war from Avatar, the movie James Cameron's Avatar, composed by James Horner. Yeah. Aratata Teki no Shutsu. Redub that me.
No.
Just redub that so nobody calls you out on it.
Fuck you.
Is fucking is plagiarizing Terminator Salvation's opening theme. Yeah. And then fucking Hiso na Unmei is plagiarizing Storm from Elizabeth the Golden Age. Then in the video games, Super Budokan 2, Cell's theme's plagiarizing One of These Days by Pink Floyd. Move Forward Furiously from Budokai is straight up just plagiarizing Glory to the World by Stradivarius. A lot easier about to be Stradivarius. Chosensha Tachi from Budokai as well is Hunting High and Low by Stradivarius. Senitsu no Toki from also Budokai is Iron Man by Black Sabbath.
What?
Which as a kid I remember thinking.
Dragon Ball.
I remember thinking this sounds like Iron Man.
Dragon Ball. Yeah,
Fucking Michi no Kunai Kara Kita Senshi from Dragon Ball Z Budokai 2 is Infinity by Stradivarius. Aozora o Daki Shimete from Dragon Ball Z Budokai 3 is Be Good to Yourself by Journey. And this last one, Capsule Obtained from Budokai 3 is September by Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Yeah, I knew that one. That's so dumb.
Why? Did he think he could get away with it?
According to the Dragon Ball Wiki, following the revelation of his plagiarism situation, Yamamoto's activity is currently unknown. I'm sure there's more actual information about what he's doing, but
It's
yeah.
called he's hiding in a bunker because American lawyers are the fucking scum of the earth that will hunt you down until your dying day.
Sora's out.
Yeah, I got him. Already downloaded him. The entire time I was talking
middle
about
of a fucking podcast.
The
Middle of a
entire
fucking
time I was
podcast.
talking about it, I was like, yeah.
Middle of a fucking podcast.
Hey,
and
the viewers at home need to
downloading
know that we were waiting for Sora this whole fucking. All right, cool, downloading. The viewers at home need to know that we've been waiting for our boy, and that
Yeah,
we've been waiting for him. And that's it. We've just waiting for him. We're not gonna play him, so we're done. Don't worry.
Oh, we're
However,
not? Okay.
come. Yeah. Well,
I
I'm
just closed
downloading
the game. I just downloaded and closed the game.
Okay, well, because, yeah. But yeah, so Kenji Yamamoto's whole situation, man, that's fucking insane. Why the fuck would you plagiarize September by Earth, Wind, and Fire?
Of all the fucking things to plagiarize to, I mean, that's fucking funny. I'm sorry. I love Earth, Wind, and Fire. I love September specifically. Like, I literally during the month of September one time, my ringtone was September. So I love Earth, Wind, and Fire. I fucking love Boogie Wonderland too. And Groove Tonight, you know.
My favorite thing about this plagiarism situation, though, is I'm on the fucking Dragon Ball Wiki, and because he plagiarized September by Earth, Wind, and Fire, there is an article on the Dragon Ball Wiki about September by Earth, Wind, and Fire. Dragon Ball and Earth, Wind, and Fire are now canonly related.
Oh, that's amazing.
Thanks, Yamamoto. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
I just can't wrap my head around like how he got away with it for that long. Because it sounds like it was over the course of many, many, many years.
It was. I mean, when you think about when did Dragon Ball Budokai drop? Let me see, huh? Dragon Ball.
That was PS2, right?
Budokai?
That was PS2.
Yeah. They started replacing his songs in video games, starting with the HD collection for Budokai.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
2002. He did it from 2002 all the way up to, I guess that was like, what did the HD?
No, he did it
come
even
out?
before that. He did it for Super Budo 10 too. It contains plagiarized
shit.
songs back in 1993.
So he's been doing it for like he was doing it for a long time, over 20 years. It sounds like then.
Yeah, longer than I've been
and
doing
he's-
it.
Wait, what now?
Didn't get
What was that?
caught until
For any lawyers in the future, that was a joke. This is a
Please no
performance
sue.
podcast where I play a character known as Alexander Mogus, and he's not liable for anything Satahara does in the future.
please no sue, please no bully.
But
bully.
holy shit, I had no clue that he'd been doing it that long. I played Super Butoden, but I never. That's so weird.
Did I
That's
flip it
another-
around and say Budo 10?
Yeah, it's Butoden.
Bukaki?
I hate my
It's
mouth
okay.
today. Can we talk about how my mouth is fucked up almost every sentence I've said today? Just for a split
Probably
second. Can
'cause-
we just acknowledge that?
It's probably because of all the ass eating you've done.
Yeah.
Right.
The Anal Angus podcast.
Insert tongue here.
But no, I mean, speaking of Dragon Ball games, because I got started on that, didn't I, with fucking Legacy of Goku.
Legado de
Man.
Goku.
I loved Legacy of Goku 1 because I remember, okay, so for anyone who's ever played Legacy of Goku, I'm not sure if anybody listening has ever actually played it or not, the first one. The boss fight with Frieza is incredibly difficult. Even though you get to go Super Saiyan in that fight and you wail on for a little bit, you have to run around and charge up Super Saiyan. And another thing with that, the game in general is difficult. Like I cannot tell you how many times I lost to Raditz the first time I played it. Like he bodied me so many times as a kid. That is until you learn about this wonderful website called Game Facts or Game FAQs, however the fuck you want to say it.
I always say facts, but everybody now says FAQs, and I'm convinced it's a hipster psyop in order just to convince me that I was stupid for saying facts, even though everybody else I knew growing up said facts.
Yeah, I was talking Game Facts.
I mean, it has another nickname, which is incredibly derogatory, but we'll move on from that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
not.
we don't mean the
that's
British
not-
version of that word either.
Yeah.
we
Anyways,
don't, no, it doesn't mean that. I heard about that reason.
Anyway.
Like, ooh.
Anyways, I went to that site and I learned that there is a small little glitch you can perform while playing the game, where if you enter a flying state before getting hit with a energy blast, you are invulnerable and you cannot be harmed until a screen transition happens. And the entire fight with Frieza happens in one screen. So that means you can do the glitch, fly, get hit by an energy blast, and then be invincible for the entire fight and never take any damage. And that's how I beat Legacy of Goku 1.
So I beat Legacy of Goku 1 by doing up, down, left, right, BA.
That does something?
It's the invincibility cheat code.
There's an invincibility cheat.
It's literally up, down, left, right, BA.
I glitched it. I didn't do the cheat, the invincibility cheat. I just glitched it. And you're telling me I could have done this the whole time?
Yeah.
I'm so dumb.
Little did I know that was a reference to the Konami code, because I wasn't familiar with the Konami code yet. And that one's up, down, left, right, BA plus
BA
or
start.
something, right?
BA start.
Up, down, left, right, BA, start, select.
Yeah.
Select,
And this one was just up, down, left, right, BA.
Yeah, that's fucking info games.
Speaking of fucking game FAQs, by the way, and also IGN. Now, I'm a person who plays a lot of old video games, and I'm going somewhere with this. Trust me, Xander. See your face. I play a lot of old video games, and a lot of those old video games are still pretty fucking jank. Let's be real. I typically rely on guides that have been written in the late 90s or 2000s for a lot of them. Fucking IGN, can you please stop fucking deleting pages off your wiki without telling anybody and removing video game guides from 2002, 2003 era? Because one, you're destroying preservation, and two, it's really fucking annoying when you're trying to play through a goddamn game and the guide poofs on you.
Yeah,
Are you playing through a game?
Please.
Wait, what?
I've been archiving it on archive.is and shit, so I have a fucking reference to it when I find one. But Game FAQs is the same fucking thing too. I was playing through the fuck was I playing through recently? I was playing through something recently. I think I was playing through actually, I happened to be I was playing Resident Evil Gaiden for the show. The guide I was using just fucking vanished on me one day, and I'm so fucking glad I archived it because it's just gone now.
I still love that guy who wrote that guide was just like, it's obvious you do this or whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah, he was a real dick in that. But to be fair, his review was his guide was the most complete. No, it was something on Dreamcast I was playing. I think it was a Japanese game. It might have even been Lost Golem, which is even more fucking annoying because that game is so fucking rare. Stop deleting old websites. Preserve your fucking shit. God damn.
Yeah.
Fuck. Sorry.
But sorry, I keep wanting to talk about Dragon Ball because we've been talking about it. And I love Dragon Ball so fucking much. I want to talk about video games now. I remember though, I collected so many Dragon Ball video games. But my favorite of all time is still Budokai Tenkaichi 3. I played the shit out of that game. And when I say the shit out of the game, I mean bro, I logged so many hours in that game that if I could genuinely keep track of hours in the video game, it would probably eclipse the number of hours Xander has on Phantasy Star Online right now.
The bros, all of my friends growing up, we would get fucking super stoned, even in the PS3 era and all that shit when we were in the HD gaming and all that. We would still sit down in our adulthood and shit up until I left Oklahoma and play goddamn Budokai Tenkaichi 3.
It's so good, dude. It's genuinely
games.
You couldn't get into them?
They're so jank.
But that's what makes them fun.
Yeah,
okay,
bro.
The thing is,
the controls don't even make sense.
Here's the thing.
Them.
You don't try to take the game seriously as a fighting game. You cannot. You just don't.
Problem.
What you want to do with that game is just do dumb shit and do anime fights that you would want to see. Me and my brother, we would just get I would do Super Saiyan Gogeta, and he'd do Vegito, and we just fucking see which fusion was the strongest and just beat the shit out of each other. It was so fun. Go ahead.
My problem is just that with fighting games, I grew up playing things like Bloody Roar, Primal Fury on GameCube, and Street Fighter 2. So I'm programmed to take them seriously from the get-go. Devon's tried playing Street Fighter 4 with me. I can't switch off. It's an actual problem.
I mean, to be fair, that night that we were playing, I was also inebriated as well.
Yeah.
So I was playing
with my shenanigans.
And I was also playing Zangief, a character that I genuinely never put any time into until extremely recently. And the character I was playing, the game I was playing Zangief in was Street Fighter 2 Turbo HD Edition or Hyper, whatever the fuck it is for the Switch. I have no practice with Zangief in Street Fighter 4, so I was giving you some geef with the grief. Wait, I did that backwards. Some grief with the geef. And in Street Fighter 4, despite not having any practice. I will say this much. I have some inane talent with fighting games. I just have to sit down, practice a little bit, and keep my frustration under control. I could be really good at fighting games. Me and Xander are about to go back and forth and Smash in a little bit. After the podcast is over, we're gonna be streaming, playing Smash together, practicing Sora. You're gonna see some shit. I'm gonna learn shit naturally. I've already, in the 5 seconds I was playing Sora, before we said we were gonna play it after the podcast, I already learned how to do some things with Sora that I already really like. So
You know, after I get paid again, fuck, I'm just gonna buy both the fucking season passes for Smash and
Guys,
just pick Ryu back up and shit.
do it.
I have a confession to make.
What's your confession?
What's your confession?
I know I constantly over-attribute David Draymond as the reason I got into music. And to be fair to David Draymond, if it wasn't for Disturbed hitting my stupid child brain when I was listening to Dragon Ball Z music and shit, like, you know,
The
it
game.
wouldn't happen. Dragon Ball is, the reason I got into music, ostensibly because it introduced me to David. But no, really, on top of that, there was 2 other things that got me into music. One was the theme song to Batman Beyond, and it's still a slapperino.
Oh,
Especially when
yes.
it breaks down to that bounce part. That one would be stuck in my head. And the theme song, as written by David or Bruce Faulkner for Dragon Ball Z, that would constantly be stuck in my head to the point where when my parents bought me a mini acoustic guitar as a kid, the first thing I did was by ear learn how to play well, burn it well, well.
That's actually the theme that they
Yeah.
have for Legacy of Goku too.
The Bruce Faulkner fucking theme song. It's the first fucking thing I ever learned on guitar. And if it wasn't for Funimation and Gen Fukunaga's weird fucking like desire to sell a soundtrack, we might not be here.
That's true.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Dragon
Maybe
Ball.
be here because
Thank you, every person involved, even if you did plagiarize a bunch of shit.
But to maybe
Think
be
so.
here instead because of Dawn of the Dead stream. I gotta give a straight face for that one.
Jesus. Oh God.
Maybe.
Man, I'm sorry. I feel like this whole podcast we've just been gushing about Dragon Ball.
Oh, it's
Well, I know
fine.
we'll call it. We'll call it the sins of whatever the bloke who plagiarized that shit was.
The sins of the Falconer.
The Sins of Yamamoto.
Yeah.
That too.
Yeah,
They
Yamamoto's
both
the one that
work.
plagiarized a bunch of stuff. Falconer, so legally, nothing has been proven, as far as I know in a court of law, that Falconer, like, plagiarized or stole the credit. But, like, so that's why I keep saying allegedly. But, like,
Let's say we had to do an Ian Hislop here, and of course, my hero, Ian Hislop, will always say allegedly before anything, even though it's,
Allegedly.
come on.
yeah.
Come on. Allegedly, David Prager didn't go out and intentionally catch COVID. Allegedly. That's my favorite.
Allegedly, it's okay to wish death on someone.
Allegedly.
That
2
train
guys
sounds
fucked an
different.
ostrich in Letterkenny. Allegedly.
Huh, weird. That train sounds
Yeah.
different.
Why does the train sound different?
It sounds like it's stopping outside my house.
That's
Oh, why is it stopping
different.
outside your house?
Why is the train stopping outside
That's
your
weird.
house?
Okay, there's a commotion outside. One sec. Oh, hello? Oh. Motherfucker. Oh, shit! Guys, it's shot!
What the fuck is John doing there? Xander?
I'm coming for you, motherfuckers.
No.
Oh,
No.
Why did you two have to start? I had nothing to do with this, and you two get 2 fucking different.
Don't
jobs.
look. Do not
I
look at
am
me. I
looking
did
at
nothing.
you and your goddamn cereal sponsorship.
Look, the guy wanted to sponsor us. I can't help it. Wait. Oh God, is John O dead? Oh God.
Yes!
I gotta make a phone call.
Of course he's fucking. Look at this crazy bastard. He probably makes marinara sauce out of blood. I mean, for God's sake.
Hey, this is Jono. This is the voicemail. Leave the voice in the mail. After beeping. Bye. Yeah, John didn't answer. Jono didn't answer his phone. He always answers his phone.
There is a commotion
think-
outside Devon's house.
Oh no. Oh no.
There is
no,
a burst through his door.
No, God,
A
God, go
shotgun.
away, go away, go away, go away.
I'm
go.
here, motherfucker.
Okay,
Get in the
okay.
bag.
I
Get in the
I don't
bag.
know how you got.
Get
I
in the
don't
bag.
want to get in the bag. I
Get
don't
in
want
the
to get in the
bag.
bag.
Get
I
in
don't.
the bag.
No, no,
Get
no.
in the bag.
God, God.
I'm just watching this happen on Discord live. Man, is this a snuff film? Am I watching a snuff film? Am I watching a snuff film in real time? I feel like I'm watching a snuff film. Well, I suppose I'm next.
There's a knock outside Adam's door. It's very spooky and frightening.
Yeah, just come in and get it over with. Fucking
If you're that
amateur.
cordial about it, just get in the bag then.
Sure, fine. Can we at least stop someone for coffee? Because it's the only way I'm putting up with this.
Okay, fine. Where do you want to stop?
I don't fucking care. Look, where's the best cup of black coffee around here?
Well, if you want a real...
Devon, shut up!
Ignore him. I knocked out the fucking Mogus one because he wouldn't shut the fuck up, but I left him awake so I could scare him. Fucking.
Yeah.
If you want a real black, we could go to Starbucks.
Devon, I swear to God, I'll knock you out again for him.
If you want a real black, we go to Starbucks. They burn their beans.
Fuck that shit. Can I sit up front with you and go to Dunkin' or something? My treat. I'll get you a coffee and I'll get you a donut too.
All right, sounds good.
Devon, I swear to God, I'm trying to negotiate here. Fucking hell.
Meanwhile, at the Dunkin' Donuts. All right, everybody shut the fuck up. We're gonna do Dunkin' Donuts. How can I help you?
I have my vaccination card. You can get some free donuts because I'm vaccinated. Right?
We all have our vaccination card. Shut the fuck up. Pass them the front seat.
I think.
Jesus.
I think mine are back home. Did you take
Devon,
them
do you want coffee? Do you want coffee or not?
I'll take
Welcome to Dunkin' Donuts.
ice-
How can I help you? Yeah, give us a second.
ice
Give us a
latte?
second. Give us a second. We're deciding.
Yeah.
I'll get an iced mocha latte or something. I guess.
All right, you want
Okay,
ice?
great. Ice mocha latte. Xander, are you
Small,
alive in there?
medium, or large?
No, medium.
Medium? You don't want large? It's only like 25
No,
cents
I-
more.
I think a large is just gonna keep me awake this whole time, and I don't need that. I don't need that.
I mean, you're gonna wait to drink it until we get. You're not gonna drink it when you're in the bag. You don't have a mouth hole
Why didn't you put a mouth hole in the bag?
because
Where
you're in
did
the
it come out,
bag.
hole?
The only reason this
mouth hole?
motherfucker's up front with me is because he's cooperating. You didn't cooperate. You fought me, bitch.
You scared me. What was I supposed to do?
Get in the bag.
We're holding up the line.
Okay.
Give him a
fine.
medium. Xander, the fuck do you want?
Could you please put your order? Give us one more second. Hang on, we're almost done.
Xander, what the fuck do you want?
Oh, he's still passed the fuck out.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay, can we get a medium? The fuck did you want? Can we get a medium girl's drink for him?
fuck
A
you.
large black coffee for me. What do you want, John?
I want a hot chocolate because I can't have caffeine.
And a hot chocolate for John. And can we get a half dozen jelly-filled? Jelly-filled good with everyone?
Yeah.
Can you get some of custard?
Sure. Can we get one of those sort of custard for the bitch in the back?
We're
Don't break your fucking arms.
We're out of custard donuts.
Okay.
Oh,
fine.
okay. Fine. That's fine.
We
Make it-
have vanilla icing filled donuts.
Do you have a Boston cream pie?
No, we don't have Boston cream pie. We only have anal cream pie.
I'm not into that right now. Tell you what, let's just go for the vanilla. It's the same fucking thing.
All right, so one vanilla filled donut and 11 jelly filled donuts, one medium sized ghost drink, one black coffee, and one large hot chocolate. That'll come out to $69.
Make
Sure
sure
thing,
the
next window.
jelly-filled donuts aren't actually rice balls.
Sir, we don't
Get
sell
it?
rice balls here. We sell donuts and we sell coffee.
That's great.
a
That's
look.
great. Next window.
It's a
Next
look.
window. Thank you.
That's
Thank you. Next
wonderful.
window. Oh, for
All right.
Next window. Next window. Next window.
Fast forward
You-
to the warehouse. All right. Here's your girl's drink.
It's not a girl's drink. I just want an iced coffee.
I'm
Look,
sorry,
it's-
guys.
it's-
Black
look,
coffee
does
because he
that have ice in it?
cooperated.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Now here's your
Yeah,
donuts,
I've got ice in
guys.
it today.
Enjoy. Meanwhile, Alexander Mogus is still asleep in his chair.
Do
Can
we
we
throw
wake
a
him up?
donut at him? No, let me throw a donut at him.
I feel like I accidentally hit him in the temple. You guys you might want to check if he's alive. I wasn't trying to kill him yet. He's gonna die.
Hang
but
on.
not yet, you know.
Hang on.
Wait, what do you
hang on,
mean
hang
he's
on.
gonna die?
Well,
Devon, cooperate. He'll get us out of here alive. Hang on, let me check him. He's alive. He's just stoned.
Alexander Mogus begins to convulse as if having a seizure.
Can someone give me his bong?
And put something in his mouth.
Oh, yeah, I put his
Yeah.
bong in this bag. Here you go.
There
Oh,
you
it's
go.
already loaded and full of weed. How do you
Also,
turn it on?
he's-
Is it
Press the
4
button.
clicks or 5 clicks?
I think it's four.
Just
I don't know.
make it. Just make the Mechagodzilla
4
scream
clicks
and
didn't
it's on
work.
for
Is
you.
it 5?
I guess it's
Just
five.
make the
do five.
Mechagodzilla scream.
Okay, it's on. But how do I make it do the thing? It just flashes.
Just put it in his hand. His body will react accordingly.
Okay, fine. Make his hand firmly grasp it, all right? Open his hand for me.
Here.
I don't,
Okay.
Just tell him
And-
he's grabbing his own dick.
Oh, shit. He
Firmly
grabbed it
grasp it.
himself. What the fuck? Oh,
Yeah,
it's
told
on
you.
now. It's warming up. Anyway, how are you guys doing? How's the donuts?
Oh, they're pretty good. Just aside from the fact that why did you kidnap us?
Because you hired some fucking serial bitch to fucking... Alexander Mogus
Hey,
wakes up
he-
once the bong is ready.
He hired the serial bitch for the record.
I did not hire anyone. John O came to me and he
no,
said,
okay. Did we pay him?
yes, but that's
That's
because
the
we don't
definition of
understand.
hiring someone.
But that's because we don't understand how these fucking stupid sponsorships work, okay? I was all
Jesus,
backwards because of
Tissy
John
fucking
and the
Christ on
pizza,
a
and
bike
it's
with
just now I'm all
tassels.
confused about
Fucking
this. And
hell.
it's just like, it's
Wait,
very confusing time, and I
Xana's
just
awake.
don't like it. What's
Xana's
going on?
awake.
We've been kidnapped
Well-
by John.
Oh, hi, John. Hey, how's it going?
He's also
oh, you know,
he's also
got
killed
a
Jono.
headache. What?
He also killed Jono, by the way.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that motherfucker. I ate his fucking spleen, dude.
Yeah, Jono didn't answer his phone.
Did you know?
Anyway, those donuts.
Did you know that I listened to your episode when you talked about the one where Jet Li would go into different universes and kill other versions of Jet Li in order to get more powerful? Well, see,
Yeah.
Devon, you convinced me. If my podcast, insert title whatever, could betray me and get a different
Actually, it's the
John,
horse.
maybe that John was a part of me, and maybe I could absorb that John. And so I ate him, Devon. I ate
And
your
how
friend
did
Jono.
And how'd that turn out for you?
Well, I was able to put you in the bag, wasn't I?
I mean, you kind of like broke into my house and then like forcefully put me into the bag, and I have no prior notice of what your previous strength was, so I don't know if you became stronger or you've just already weirdly strong and put people in bag. Okay.
Let me ask you something, boy. See, there's a question that's been on my mind for a very long time since I've been watching your show. Ever since I started sponsoring you, Devon, I started to pay more attention to what you boys would talk about. Things
sorry.
like The Matrix, maybe alleged voice actors being weird, things such as the Spinosaurus and the Dank Dimension. But one thing that never made sense to me, Devon, one question I have for you above all other people, Devon, and if you answer this truthfully for me, I will let all of you, your friends, your loved ones, everyone here go. Devon, what is your persona? What is your persona, Devon?
I fucking swear to God, if this has all just been some sort of massive fucking prank to get me to say I have a persona,
Devon,
it's not funny.
Devon, as your best
What?
friend, Alexander Mogus, speaking to you right now in duress, I promise you, I did not set this up. I did not
Bullshit.
coerce John to come
Bullshit.
and kidnap us. I did not set this up
Bullshit.
as a way to make you confess your persona, Devon. As far as I
Bullshit.
know, he is being truthful and telling you the God-honest truth that he will release us if you tell him. And Devon, I don't
Bullshit.
give a fuck if you have to make up a persona. I don't give a fuck if there doesn't exist a single goddamn fucking semblance of furry in your fucking body. I need you to fucking look at John in the eye and fucking answer him as honestly as you can, because I have not had sex in my entire goddamn life and I can't die here. I cannot die here, Devon. You know how much ass I've actually eaten, Devon? I've eaten zero ass. I've had zero
You
ass
fucking
in my
fake.
ass, Devon.
You
This is not the
fucking
Instant Tongue Here
fake.
podcast, Devon.
You
I'm
fucking
Alexander
fake.
Mogus. I don't know what
I
I'm
knew
doing.
you were lying.
have
I
to
knew you were
answer
lying
the
about eating
question.
ass. I
You have to
fucking
answer
knew you
the
were
question. You have to answer the question, Devon, if you want to get out. What is your persona?
I don't have a persona. I don't know what to
Wrong
tell you,
answer,
John.
Devon. John smacks Devon across the fucking face as hard as possible.
Ow.
What?
Okay.
Is your persona?
Okay. Stop. Let's just, for a moment, let's
Devon.
just breathe in.
Are you going to
Devon.
answer the question?
Devon, just answer the fucking man so we can go home.
John licks his teeth, not his lips, which would be weird in itself, but his teeth. He runs his fucking weird, long, weirdly symmetrical and kind of attractive but freakishly large tongue slowly across the top of his teeth, then slowly across the bottom of his teeth, showing off that every single tooth in his mouth is a fucking canine tooth. What's your persona, Devon?
Gene Simmons?
My persona is the giant apes from Dragon Ball.
Wrong answer. Smacks
No,
Devon
that's
again.
my persona. Ow!
What's your fucking persona, Devon?
Fuck you!
Smacks Devon again. What's your persona, Devon? Devon, you're
spitting out
bleeding. Just
blood.
answer. Tell him something truthful. What animal do you identify with? Adam, help me convince him.
Oh, okay. You want to know what animal I identify with, John? You really want to know?
The sound of what can only be described as the Sonic Underground theme song can be heard in the distance. Devon's
Is that the
eyes
fucking
squint.
Sonic Underground theme song?
he realizes the reckoning that's about to happen.
Oh, no.
He stares John in the face, defiant, knowing that John has no dominion here. What's your persona? Last
You
chance,
wanna know what my
buddy.
persona is, John?
Yes! Yes, I want to know what your persona is for years. Let me tell you, Devon. You know how many years it's been? I've been listening to your fucking podcast as I suffer the indignities of being the owner of John's, of Ingredients, Pizza, and Revenge John's. Do you know how many years I've been doing this, trapped in the purgatory that is? Why is there a train? Oh, David Draymond burst through the ceilings, dressed up as Sonic the Hedgehog, drop kicking John to the ground. I heard you kidnapped my favorite person ever, Alexander Mogus, who saved me from one Gregory Jones who stabbed me in an alley in Seattle as I bled out and saved me. I will not let you do that, John. Goddamn. David really does exist. I told you guys David Draymond existed! I told you he existed, you didn't believe me!
We knew he existed!
We knew he was real! I just didn't believe he had a penis made of gold!
And I didn't believe he cosplayed Sonic the Hedgehog, but we're all learning new things today, aren't we?
First off, this is Chronic the Hedgehog. My original character, do not steal it. Secondly, my penis is not made of gold, it's made of platinum, but close. How dare you kidnap my friends and host of my favorite podcast, insert title here, the only podcast that has ever existed in the entirety of the internet, the fucking corporeal universe, or in Disturbed's brain catalog of ideas and palaces that you can explore with your feet. How dare you assault my best friends? Okay, I don't even know what the fuck David's going on about this point. He may be on PCP.
Yeah, what
If he's
the
on
fuck do you mean
PCP, I
for
disavow this. I don't endorse PCP. I'm not on PCP, Satohara. Trust me, my son. Why are you talking like that, David? You don't even sound right. Just fuck mothering trust me. He reaches out and starts choking John. I will
I
not
gotta watch a guy
be
die in front of me.
fucking killed. Like,
second time.
goddamn, David, Michael, Dick Cheney has given me his blessing.
Wait, what about Dick
John's
Cheney? What's going
corporeal
on here?
form splits. A fucking weird goddamn ant thingy, but also an alien, but also a demon, forms out of his body. I know what I must do. Music starts. Once again, it's Satohara's piano version of Sonic Underground.
sake.
David Draymond starts spin jumping and spin dashing around in frantic disbelief. Satohara's confused, but happy that he doesn't have to face the ant, notating that ants are kind of fucking weird. Devon looks in despair and says,
You know, at this point, I kind of wish John just fucking killed me.
Adam then says,
You know, I don't normally, like, engage in, like, drugs, but, you got any weed?
No.
yes, actually, John made sure to bring up all my weed for some reason. Let me load the booth for you, my friend.
That's nice of him.
Okay, great, I need it. That's the only way I'm getting through this.
David
Jesus
Draymond
fuck.
launches a homing attack right at John's weak point, dealing critical damage. No! You have hit the forbidden zone! If you hit that 2 more times, I will then enter a stagger state, which will trigger a quick time event. You've just told me your weakness. David Draymond strikes. David Draymond strikes. Tell me, brothers, that I can do it. With your belief, I can save you from the John. I guess I believe in you, David, says Satohara.
Go, gadget, punch it in the FMP.
Says Adam.
Just get me the fuck out of here already.
Says Devon. With their belief, David Draymond summons all of his courage, his strength, and fucking hits him in his goddamn weak point. The quick time event begins. The X button's pressed. The circle button's pressed. The triangle button's pressed. The start button's accidentally pressed, pausing the game. Would you like to continue?
No! I want to go home.
No, we have to continue to get home,
Why
for
we-
fuck's
oh.
sake.
The start button's
Look,
pressed to continue the
we're
game.
almost done. Okay.
David Draymond finishes the job. No, I have been defeated. John begins to fucking implode. The weird center of his body literally concaving in on itself, doing a lot of blood and guts and weird shit all over the place. David Draymond's covered in it, but he doesn't care. He starts dancing. He begins chanting the spell with which will dispel John's corporeal weird ant form and return him to which a mortal form he can strike in the final blow. Finally, John's returned to human form. David Draymon takes out the sword of Sonic, which is actually a repurposed prop from the Jaleel White show where he's Urkel and it's a cane and it's not a sword and has Jaleel White face on it, but we're not going to acknowledge that. And he stabs it through John's heart, dealing the final blow. All I wanted was to sponsor a podcast and figure out what Devil's persona was.
Oh, fuck you.
It's a bear!
It doesn't exist.
Look at the man!
Yeah, I think it's a bear, John. It's a bear.
Oh, fuck this.
Devon gets up,
Yeah, call him Paddington.
noticing that, for whatever reason, he's not only not tied to the chair like he thought, but his car is also right there, and his keys are in his pocket.
Convenient. You know what? Fuck this. I'm going home.
Wait. Before we go.
What?
Are you a
Did
bear?
he say something about Dick Cheney?
I don't fucking
up,
care
John.
about Dick Cheney. I don't fucking
Okay.
care about David Draymon cosplaying Sonic the fucking Hedgehog. And I don't fucking care about the fact he just came in and saved their asses and for some reason my fucking car is here. All I know is that I'm leaving. I don't give a shit if you two come with me or not. I'm gone.
Yeah, hang on. I
I'm
need
done.
a ride. I'm too high
No,
to drive.
fuck
I'm
you.
catching a ride.
Fuck you.
Hey,
Fuck you. You know what?
I'll buy you
David-
McDonald's. I'll buy you McDonald's.
No.
I'll buy-
I
I'll buy
don't like
McDonald's.
McDonald's.
You're gonna leave your-
I don't
okay,
like
you're gonna
McDonald's.
leave Burger
I
King,
don't
whatever.
You're
like
gonna leave your
McDonald's.
co-host here just to rot?
Yes, David Draymon can take you.
Dude,
home.
I'm disabled.
I'm done.
I'm disabled. I
don't-
can't drive.
I don't care.
Devon.
David.
Devon.
David.
I
can
don't
take
even
you.
know where we are.
David can take you.
Devon.
David can take you.
Devon.
Devon.
David
Devon.
Draymon only owed me one favor.
I will buy you KFC. What the fuck is it? I will buy you Taco Bell.
Devon drives away, having said "fuck you"
damn
and
it.
leaving his co-host Adam and Alexander Mogus behind.
Well, I'm too fucking high.
David Draymon comes up to them. Oh, hey. Well, since you guys are still here, and you've got nothing better to do, would you like to hear Disturbed's upcoming cover of Sonic Underground? Adam and Alexander kind of look at each other, but then kind of figure, oh, we're stuck here. Why not? Any objections, Adam?
Only if I get to drop Jono's head like that fucking robot baby, I get to recreate that scene.
Deal. David Draymon pulls the fucking weird fucking candy cane fucking thingy from fucking the thingy, and fucking John finally fades from existence, his head detaching from his body properly for fucking Adam to drop whenever he wants. David Draymon sets up a microphone, pulls up the sleeves on his Sonic costume, and puts up the hood featuring all the quills. Music begins. Oh, ow, trips forward, ha, ha, the throne awaits. I see it once, and the deadly fate. Give up your children, separate. Much time, lie in wait. They made a vow, the mother will be found. They made a vow, the mother will be found. This has been After Title here, the end of the first the arc. We should start a podcast arc. Tune in next week for the different arc. Bye.
For legal reasons, if you are a lawyer, Dick Cheney will shoot you in the fucking face. Peace!
A cold night descends upon the forest with which the demon doth call his own home. As the winter cold envelops everything around it, killing all life within that forest save one, there exists a single cabin with a single occupant. Inside one Richard Cheney.
Well, I guess it's begun, huh? Jesus fucking Christ.
I forgot my phone.